Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cup TV, the currently unnamed podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. And in my rush of trying to get things started and moving into a different location, I left my cup mug in the other room. But you know what? That's
Yeah.
okay. You know what it looks like. And you can go and get you one at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code and it's right there. You can scan it, it'll take you to the shop. Then you can see the cup mug that I foolishly left into the other room and just did not feel like jumping up to go grab it. But yeah, go get it. Favorite the shop too. Send me a little message saying you ordered it or that when you get it, you can take a picture of it. That'd be cute. I love getting those messages. Those are the best. So send that and thanks for supporting and get your cup mug. Thank you. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Australia, Fiji, wherever you are, I'm looking at you. Get the cup mug.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rihanna, but you can call me Ri, and I have a lot to say. I'm not going to give
Oh,
away anything else, but I have a lot to say about this episode and the moves made.
okay. Look, I'm excited to hear Ree's rants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make a banner for that. Ree's rants. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. We going okay. But we are here. We are going to be talking about Australia Survivor episode 14. What an episode. What an episode. I will say probably one of my favorite episodes this season. It was a lot going on and it was good and it was oof. It was a lot happening. It was essentially what I love about the game of Survivor all crammed into this episode. It was really, really good. So I can't wait to talk about it. But before we do, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. We are giving you all things competitive reality television. We're talking about it, we're recapping it, we're giving you our thoughts about it, and we'd love to hear your thoughts about it as well. So follow us in this channel. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, because we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. We are halfway there. We would love to fully get there because a lot of fun things open up for us and for you when we get to that point in our YouTube journey. So help us out. We appreciate that. Follow us on this channel and all of our other channels. All the links to those channels will be in the description below, as
Sorry.
well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, and all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Rhea and myself if you wanna, but for real, surely follow The Cup. And yeah, we will appreciate you so very much. Now, let's get into this episode because we are back from the first tribal from merge and we said goodbye to um to um
To Lolly?
to Lottie. I'm gonna say who left? Lottie. We said goodbye to Lottie. And yeah, what the people who voted for it was very happy with themselves. They were pleased. They were like, "Yes, the plan has happened. We did it. She's out. Yeah." And then those who were blindsided was like, "I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm upset." Especially Caleb, not really Cameron, because Cameron knew he was not going to know about the plan for Lottie because that's his girl. But Caleb was very upset. Caleb was like, I am sick and tired of my alliance, who claim to be my alliance, keeping me out of the plans. I thought we were going for Ben. That's who they told me. And now that's not even the case. It's okay. And so now Mark is having to do damage control, and he's just like, look, I'm sorry about that. But people don't trust Blanche, so we don't trust Blanche. And Blanche is, we know how close you are to Blanche, and if we told you, you tell Blanche, and Blanche would tell Lottie. We didn't want that. Caleb was like, I can care less about any of that crap. You supposed to be in my alliance, and y'all can't tell me. I understand you don't want me to say nothing to Blanche because of, and if you would just say that, I would do that. But y'all don't even tell me. Like Caleb, I feel like I understand Caleb's frustration. I would be frustrated too if I was Caleb. I'm like, yeah, I might be close to her, but this is still a game, and it don't matter how close I am to people in the game. I just met this woman a couple weeks ago. I don't know her.
Yeah,
And heck, we just really got into a game playing together again in a day or two. Like I don't know her like that. We cool, but I'm trying to win this money and I want to make the moves that's gonna help me do this. And y'all keep leaving me out of these plans, and it just feels a little annoying. So I got Kayla's frustration.
yeah, me too, completely. Like, this is a pattern at this point. We've seen it in the post swap as well, and he is just, yeah, he is really, really sick of it. And you can't just. Uh, I'm seeing a little bit like with Vince on Big Brother
Mm-hmm.
27.
Mm,
Like, if someone forgives you a lot and smooth things over, at some point you gotta stop doing the same thing, because at some point someone will be done with it.
yeah. Absolutely. And it's like you said, it's a pattern. And he's seeing the pattern. He's like, this is not the first time this has happened. This has happened over and over and over again. You're using me for a number, but you're not using me part of the plan. And I don't like
Yeah,
that. Um, but Mark is trying to apologize and like it's not that we really just didn't want you to say anything to Blanche, blah blah blah. I don't think Caleb is buying it at all. Caleb is like,
no,
for real though. Like really. You trying to BS me and finesse me with this? Not buying it.
yeah,
He's not
no,
buying it at all. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't buy it
no,
either. It's because
no,
like you said, if this happened one time, okay. If it happened two times, maybe. But
yeah,
this has happened three, four times. It's like,
yeah. And I think I don't think he said it, but we saw the same problem with Tess happening to
mm-hmm.
Tess. Also, Tess was also like, could you please just once not just tell me 5 minutes before we go to tribal council, just bring me in more in the plan. And I mean, that worked out just fine for them because they just voted out Tess. But like, even if they get Caleb after that, then like, why do you want to create that kind of image of yourself at camp?
Right.
Other people are going to notice at some point that this is your pattern in how you treat certain allies and keep stringing them along.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I wouldn't want to work with that throughout this entire game or with at all. After a while, it's like, okay, it gets to the point where you have to go. Because obviously you don't value me as a player.
Yeah,
So if you don't value me as a player, you see me as disposable.
yeah.
So if you see me as disposable, then well,
I'm gonna look elsewhere.
absolutely. And so after that, the night they go into the next day. Not really a lot happened at the camp. A lot of people were trying to figure out what the next steps were going to be, what their next plans were. Um,
Yeah,
and I'm trying to was Blanche's name out before we even go to the immunity challenge?
yeah,
It was yeah, like they were like the easiest vote is Blanche at this point.
yeah, yeah,
Blanche, they're like Blanche or Caleb, but then they're like it should be Blanche. It should do. Everybody was like on board, like it should be
yeah,
Blanche.
yeah. Um, Blanche, I think they showed Blanche like complaining a lot because like, yeah, she's seeing that this is not going to work out very well for us newbies,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to work. They gotta start turning on each other at some point, right? Right. Um, and I wrote down that Mark has a couple of confessionals where he really lays out like how he and the other attorneys and Keely have everything under control. And they
They, oh my God. I was like, this whole Machiavellian um storyline they're coming up with for Mark is really starting to drain me a little bit,
yeah,
but I get it, but I don't have to particularly care too that much about it because we've seen it before.
yeah,
And here's the thing. I feel like the returnees are kind of could be considered the underdogs at the beginning of this game because it was
yeah,
just four of them. and and I don't mind rooting for the underdog, and I don't mind rooting for the Power Alliance. Like I
yeah,
don't, if the Power Alliance is a good Power Alliance and you
yeah,
just good that way, oh well, it sucks to suck for everybody else that you
yeah,
couldn't get on their level. So I'm not like, oh no, here they are being the. It's just the way Mark is talking
yeah,
sometimes that is kind of like, ugh. Mm, okay. But yeah, he's like, but is he wrong? And that's the thing. He
yeah,
is not wrong in this
yeah,
situation when he was talking about how the returnees are taking this game, twisting it, having the newbies spinning. Because I even said that the other last couple of episodes we
yeah,
recorded
yeah.
about. The newbies are getting ran around by these returnees. They are getting ran around, and Mark is just simply stating how much control they have because honestly, they do
Yeah,
at this moment have all this power. They got people who are just listening to them blindly and loyally. And now we don't, do I personally think that the newbies are not plotting against them? I don't. I think they are. I do think that they are, but I think a lot of them are trying to bide their time
yeah,
to do it at the right moment. But at the point that we were talking about, Mark has every right to feel like they're in control because everything that they wanted to happen, even when it felt like it was coming for him, it just he switched it on a dime,
yeah,
which is foreshadowing to what happens.
yeah. We'll talk about it. Yeah, well,
Mm.
yeah. He's Mark. Obviously, he is a very good strategist. And when I said this on my socials, like as long as he can keep it cool, keep it just strategy, stay to the plan, don't resist the urge to gloat anywhere outside of his confessionals, and just keep focused on the game. He is near perfect as a player, but he has a few flaws.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've already seen a few of them. And yeah, I think, yeah, I wonder how long he can do that before he messes up at some point. But yeah, maybe he gets through it. Maybe yeah, really has as much control, and maybe these people aren't plotting as much. Well, yeah, it's kind of a really a thin line with how far he can push it. I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think when he gets in that very comfortable position and he lets that comfortability gets to his head and he's like, oh, we got like dusting my shoulders off. I got this. Like we good. Don't worry about it, mom. But we winning this. We got everything under control. It's those moments you be like, seriously, bro. Like
yeah,
you do not have it under control that way. So calm down. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting, I will say, but we'll talk more about Mark.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Uh, so much, Mark.
so much more with Mark, I tell you. But I don't think there's any more conversation because they went to this challenge very quickly in the episode, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Oh,
something about to happen." I was like, "Something good," because I'm like, "Is it a reward challenge?" But then we saw Brooke wearing the necklace. I was like, "No."
Oh, no.
It's an immunity challenge. Okay.
Yes.
So David asked Laz about losing Lottie, and she was like, "It's sad, but because you get connections with people, but eventually everybody, somebody's gonna go. It's gonna be a sad moment, but you have to do what you got to do." And it's just like, "Yeah, okay, cool." Um, that was really one conversation, but they broke it up into teams of two,
Yeah.
and you had to. Everybody was responsible for their own ball buoy type deal. They had to take it through obstacles of ropes over bridges and
Yeah.
through cargo nets and everything. So you had to get your obstacle through these ropes, and then you had to go through cargo nets with it, and then you had to toss it onto a base. And if the
Yeah.
first team who got all their balls on the base will move on to the next portion of the challenge, which is the individual one, where you have to make a ramp and make a ramp, and then you have to throw balls up the ramp, and you have to make sure it sticks. It
Yeah.
stays on top of the ramp. So you had to get three balls at the top of the ramp, and it had to stay. Seems like an easy, fair enough, fairly easy enough challenge, but then you had to have the finesse of throwing it at the right amount of pressure and speed to make it go all the way up and stay on and not fall off the back of the
Yeah.
ramp. It was the teams were
Right.
the teams to me. I was like, this is looking a little interesting. And I wonder how this always happens
Yeah.
because Jackson, Ben, and Simon always ends up on teams together. Have you
Yeah.
noticed that?
Now that you're saying, yeah. Like,
They always end up on a random team together. It's like, how does that always happen? But
yeah.
it's those three and Keely and Sally or Law?
Sally? I think so.
Sally.
Yeah.
It was Sally on one team. Oh, and
Yeah.
Brooke.
Brooke.
And then on the other team, it was Mark, Cameron, Caleb,
Yeah. And
Sally,
yeah, Sally. And Loz?
Laws.
I know.
Or am I switching Blanche? Well, I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. That team lost.
Yeah.
That I can't remember, but that team lost because the team that went on was the team Simon Jackson and Ben were on. They go for us to the next part,
Yeah.
and um they make the ramps. Everybody's pretty much got the ramp up there fairly quickly. You know,
Yeah.
I got up there fairly quickly, and but in the end, Simon wins the immunity challenge.
Yeah.
It was close. Jackson was close. Ben was close, but Simon was the winner.
Yeah.
Good on that.
Yeah. Good for him.
Good for him. He was very
Yeah.
happy about this necklace. I think this is his first necklace.
Maybe. Or
I
did he
think,
win something in no, no. He didn't make merch on brains versus brawn, so
yeah.
I
So I
don't
think
know.
this is his first necklace. He was so happy about this necklace. He was like, it's been a
Yeah.
long road to get there. So
Uh,
good on him. Good on
yeah.
Simon for winning.
So,
First two immunity challenges. Uh, winning so goes to returnees.
yeah.
So that should say something. But
Yeah.
well, who am I to play? Who am I to play the game? Not me.
Yeah.
Um, but Simon is there, so they go back to camp.
Yeah.
And here's where the action starts, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, did we breeze by everything to get to this point? A little bit, because
Yeah.
nothing really happens until this scramble.
Yeah. I don't know. Uh, this there's something about Simon in his confessional. It's on the
Mm-hmm.
to us. I think that happened too.
Mm-hmm.
Where they have a flashback to the first day
Mm-hmm.
where he talks about how he kept the tarp or paper, whatever it was, the cloth that they had their boss in on day
Mm-hmm.
one. He kept that in his pockets, and he's trying to make a fake idol with it.
Yep.
So
I said, isn't it ironic Simon would make a fake idol when he got fooled by a fake idol? Mm.
yeah, fooled by an fake idol, the cookie
Right, the cookie idol, and now
makes one.
he wants to make one.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I like that. New side of Simon.
Strategic. We like seeing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
We like seeing his strategic side. Love it. Love to see it.
yeah,
So he's going to make this fake idol. Um, at first, it seemed like it was very clear cut.
yeah.
Everybody was like Blanche, 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 and I was like, God dang it, Blanche! I want Blanche to stay. And they're like, it's Blanche, it's Blanche.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ben, of all
Good.
people, was
Wow.
like, hey, 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 hold on, come here, come here, come here. Wouldn't it be better if we took and mark now? And I was like,
Oh,
whoa, Ben, Mister, I'm fine with this Beauty and the Beast alliance, and even though Mark has now come apart, but
my jaw was on the floor when that stuff started.
I was like, oh. And then Jackson was like, I agree. I was like,
Oh?
the gag. What do you mean? Oh, so now the tide is shifting a little bit
Yeah,
because now Ben is floating out Mark. Jackson is agreeing. Of course, Cameron is like, absolutely.
yeah,
And Sally is like, yes, because this man has been trying to get me from the beginning. So, yeah. So now the tide is turning.
yeah.
And people who you would think is like, hmm. Because now Caleb is like, Mark, okay. Yeah, we could do that. And everybody's on board. And then they make the crucial mistake of saying, well, we have this Beauty and the Beast alliance. We should fill in Simon. And I was like, oh no, this is where the wheels gonna fall off. Because Simon, as we know, has this whole pact with the returnees, the Boomerang Alliance, where
Yeah,
he's like, mm, Mark is a shield for me. And I don't want Mark to go right now. So Rich is like, I'll be the one to tell Simon because he feels like him and Simon got this thing because Simon been trying to protect him this whole entire time, which is true.
yeah,
But is he over the Boomerang Alliance? I don't think so. So Rich goes and tells Simon, like, hey, the tide is shifting to Mark, but I know you don't want to vote off Mark, and you don't have to. Like we have the numbers to do it. Like he basically was like, you can see the train coming, but you're not gonna jump in front of it to stop it.
yeah,
So you don't have to particularly do that, but just know that that's what the plan is. And Simon is like, is it really Mark? And he's like, yeah. So now Ben comes and confirms it, like, yeah, it's Mark. This is the thing. And Ben is pushing gung ho, pushing. And Simon is a little confused. So he goes and pulls in Brooke and is like, have you heard this? It's Mark. And Brooke is like, Mark, I don't, I don't, I don't like that. I don't think we should do that. But Lies is there like, when are we gonna have the time to do it ever? If we don't do it now, when are we gonna be able to do it? So she's like, you think we should? And she Lies like, yeah. Brooke is like, no. So it's like, okay. So Simon is confused. Brooke then she goes to go run to Keely, and it's like they trying to push Mark, and Keely's like, oh, absolutely not. Keely's like, no, no, not at all. It's crazy. We shouldn't do that. That doesn't make any sense. And Brooke is like, I know.
Yeah. Um, yeah. It's like, is there any way Mark can save himself?
And Brooke knows he can.
Yeah.
Brooke is the only person that knows he can. And so she kind of gives him a look of,
Hmm.
hmm, read between the look into my eyes. But they did a whole communication without
Yeah.
saying a word. She's like, mm. And Mark is like, I'm picking up what you putting down, girl. Brooke is telling me with her eyes that I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And I need to figure out how to not be in trouble. And when I tell you, I was like, oh man, this conversation is shifting very quickly. And it seems like people are on board. Is this the time we get out Mark? But I'm
Yeah.
like, but I know you editors of Australian Survivor. I'm not fully convinced that is Mark, just like I'm not fully convinced that is Blanche because it seems too easy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm so confused. But as quickly as it shifted from Blanche to Mark, it started shifting again.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what is happening? I didn't know what was going on.
No, I also trouble keeping up, but at that point, my gut was that he was going to go back to Blanche.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, okay, let's everyone just not make any more waves and just go Blanche.
that's what I thought going into tribal council. I was like, they
Yeah,
go do all this hoopla around this camp, and it's gonna be name after name after name and person, shift to shift, only to get to tribal council, and it goes back to Blanche.
yeah.
So we get to tribal council. Uh, I'm
How did we go that?
we get to tribal council. Ree is coming. Don't you worry. Ree will be here shortly. Shortly. Yeah, we get to tribal council, and baby, this was wild, crazy,
Yeah,
beyond wild, crazy. It started off calm.
yeah,
It started off very normal, like a very normal tribal council, where everybody's just like, yeah, we have to do this. It's sad. It's we'll have to make votes, and people somebody's not gonna like it. Somebody's gonna be blindsided. Somebody's gonna go. Then it started taking a different turn. It was like, I mean, sometimes it feels like a revolt. Like
yeah.
we feel like we under one a person's, under people's thumbs, and maybe we have to take back our power. Maybe we have to shift things. And I'm like, what what is happening? What are we doing? What are we talking about right now?
Oh.
And it's like, maybe we should shift. I mean, it's time for a revolution or a revolt, or people in power need to be brought down. And I'm like, what? What? I was like, okay, okay, what's going down? But then it went from that, just talking about people in power and shifting things, to now the whispering is starting. And Mark is like, who changed the vote? He's whispering to Brooke, like, who changed the vote? And Brooke is like, oh, who changed it to you? And he's like, oh, it's on me? Who changed it to me? And she's like, I'm just saying. So Mark is like, oh. And you can see Mark throughout the entire tribal just looking around, like, you
Yeah.
can see his wheels turning. He had something concocted in his brain. And once he figured it, what he wanted to say out, he was like, okay. And he went to work. That man got up, grabbed Ben, and took him to the side. Oh, before he took him, Simon was like, I got this fake idol. Just flash it at him. Let him see you have it. And fake him out. Just pull it out before, the vote. And he he was like, just um just go and get it for, just flash it, and just flash it before him so he could see. And I'm like, okay, good plan. Um and so he was like, okay. So Mark gets up and he goes and pulls Ben. And he's like, so you coming for me, basically. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, you finna make a move that you don't need to make. Basically, like,
Yeah.
you finna blow up your own spot. And so Ben is like, I mean, it had to happen. It had to happen. It's just time it had to happen. So Ben is very convinced that Mark is going home. Mark ain't going home. Ben don't know Mark ain't going home.
Yeah.
And this 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 man meat contest that they had going on was
Oh.
interesting to watch. I was like, oh, oh. I was I was like, oh, this is intriguing because Mark is like, you finna blow up your own spot, and Ben was like, bring it on. Like, basically, that's what it was. And I was like, what is gonna happen? So now I'm like, oh, they gonna shift it to Ben now. Oh God, Ben's gonna go. Ben is gonna go. Oh no, Ben is going to go, and I hate this. I don't want to see this, but Ben is gonna go. And man, when I tell you, it went from Ben is going to go, and I was scared. Now, were you scared? Did you think that too? Did you think it was gonna be Ben?
Yeah. I would, although a little bit of me thought, no, I think, still thought, oh, they're just going to scramble and do Blanche again.
Mm.
Especially when Mark, yeah, if Mark really does this fake idol and really shows it, and yeah, I thought it was going to be back to the original plan.
So, and we do see Mark pull out an idol, but I think it was his real one,
Yeah.
and he
Oh,
just he just pulled it out. Was like, and Ben's eyes was like, oh no. So everybody's like trying to figure out, like, oh my God, what did we do? What did we do? And I don't even know who brought up, I don't think it's real. Was it Jackson?
yeah, I think Jackson said, like, are we even sure this is real? And Jackson was really not pushing, but like very gently try to remind people that, hey, this is just a tactic, a scare
Right.
tactic. Like, stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan. Like it's not. It could be fake. It could be. It doesn't have to be. What it looks like. So don't panic. Just stick to the plan. Stick to the program. I was like, oh gosh, who is it going to fall on? Because now I'm like, if they stick to the plan, who is Mark voting out? Is it going to be Ben now, or is it going
Yeah,
to go back to Blanche?
yeah,
Is Mark going to take this very personally against
yeah,
Ben? Which
yeah,
why wouldn't he?
yeah. I mean, he and Ben literally were just like, yeah, okay, we're done. Each one of us. I was a little bit worried for a little moment that maybe Jackson, because Jackson was also pretty vocal about sticking to the plan and go for Mark.
Right.
So like maybe like to blindside everyone, instead of Ben, what now looks like the obvious thing, they go Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But then it was like, okay, well, that's not the case. Well, that could be the option. And it's like Mark could have this idol or it could be fake. Do we stick to the plan? I was so confused because I was like, okay, well maybe they need to switch their plan too.
yeah,
Switch it and go somewhere else.
yeah. That's
That's
I started getting worried for Keely as well.
I don't I was like, Keely could be a possibility, but I'm like, we're not gonna even think about Brooke at this point in time, who is also a returnee, who is a comp
Yeah,
beast. We not gonna look at her. Did she not just win a challenge yesterday? Or whatever, how many days, like just the last challenge, was she just immune from this tribal council before? Are we not gonna look at that? Oh,
yeah,
okay. So I'm like, if we see Mark has a thing and Simon is wearing a necklace,
yeah,
who's vulnerable?
yeah. True.
And I'm like, we need to. But anyway, like I said, I ain't playing the game. It ain't me. I'm not there. Um, but so I was like, is it just gonna go back to Blanche? Is it just gonna go back to Blanche?
Oh,
But then the conversation shifted again in a direction I did not see coming.
me neither.
Because now Mark is asking Rich what he's going to do. And Rich is like, I'm sticking to the plan that we said. But I know Mark felt the shift in his eyes, or it was something in the way he's like, I don't know why he felt that way, but he felt a
Yeah,
shift in the atmosphere. And all of a sudden, Rich is now useless to Mark.
yeah.
And I was like,
What? And then when he first said Rich to Brooke and stuff, it felt to me like, oh, this is just a random name they throw in last minute, like to cause confusion, because it came from so out of nowhere that like that can't be serious. Also, the edit. I would like to think that the edit would have at least given us something on
a fl-
that.
something to say why Mark would all of just suddenly flip on Rich.
Yeah,
Like it had to be a conversation earlier or something that happened where
yeah, yeah.
maybe we'll get that in the next
Floored.
episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I was floored
I was
when they
very
brought it up,
I was
and then
very
when Mark, yeah, and then when Mark was like, yeah, like you said, calling him useless, and like he's the worst ally, and it gets worse. It gets worse, Mark. it was just like, what is this? What kind of hate train suddenly is this?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your rant right now because I feel this is where it belongs, Ree.
Oh, I have so much for pretty much the entire cast almost, but like yeah, this regarding this part, I just like I guess now in the moment I'm thinking it sometimes reminds me of in some very toxic Big Brother seasons when the
Mm,
person that they're kicking them out is not enough. They need to suddenly start ranting for hours and hours about every reason why this person is such a shitty person and sorry my language and
right.
like this person does not deserve to be there and so on so on. And yeah, I started getting that feeling like but it's just like okay. And then he pulls Caleb aside because now he needs Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tells Caleb Richard is the absolute worst weak kind of ally you could ever ask for, like useless. And it's just again where does all of this venom come from?
I mean, if this was the first time we saw this from Mark, I
Yeah,
would be like, "Oh, this is out of left field." But this is how
yeah,
Mark always acts towards
yeah,
people who he doesn't find beneficial to him anymore.
yeah, true. In the moment I was confused, but after the episode, indeed, I was like, wait a minute. He also called Tess useless when Tess wasn't exactly in line with what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
The comment to Keely, I didn't forget about that, with the suddenly calling her a mole before
Mm-hmm.
even knowing if she was even the one that was putting his name out there. Now Ben, he didn't exactly, he didn't speak too kindly about Ben either.
Right.
Although that could be a little bit strategic. Caleb as well. Like I could see the strategic side of that, you know, how he speaks about Caleb. But yeah. And then with Richard, it's like this man is just it feels like this feels like a completely emotional move based on
Mm-hmm.
anger. Like you said, like these he doesn't value these people fully as an ally or doesn't see the use in them as much anymore, or they don't do exactly as he wants to, and suddenly he just snaps at these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild, it's crazy, it's Mark being very much Mark. And I think
Yeah.
that concludes Ree's rants for this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
We always love to give you your time, Ree. We would love to give you your time, absolutely. But yeah, Mark, he just I don't know, it just feels interesting to like. Do I think he's a good game player? Absolutely. Was this fun to watch him
Yeah.
play absolutely. Did I like the how he went about it with or talking about some people? Not necessarily, but you know, it's understandable. You're trying to save your butt and you want to make sure even though he knew he was safe. He had that whole idol. He knew he was safe. There was no way he was going home if he played the idol. So, I don't know. It just felt
Yeah.
it was a little put on for TV, a little him trying to save himself, a little I think of him trying to see if he could get away with it without the idol
Yeah.
and see if he could just not play it. So I think it was a little bit of all of that.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it, but I don't have to like everything about it.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
it just went like I said, it just went on it just went around like at this point now I'm totally confused. I have no idea where the vote's gonna go at this point. It's like it's crazy. But the vote happens and Jonathan of course asks if anybody Jonathan, not Jonathan, David.
David. Oh.
David, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
David asks if anybody has an immediate idol wants to use it, now be the time to do so. And Mark gets up. Did he give him the fake idol first?
No, I think it was the real one,
He
by
didn't
the way.
give it the fake one first because I have to admit I was in between watching stuff and talking on the phone, and I was like, "Did I miss? Did he give the
Yeah.
fake idol? I don't." And I was like, "I don't think he did because he really wouldn't make no
No.
sense to do that." But
No.
he gave the idol, and I think he showed the fake idol, but it was like I
Yeah.
have many pockets,
Yeah.
so it make it look like he has two idols,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah.
he showed the idol and then gave David the real idol, and was like, and it was a real idol, and so none of the votes for Mark would count,
Count.
and baby, did he have votes? Vote after vote after vote after vote
Uh,
after vote after vote after vote after
uh,
vote went to Mark.
yeah.
Then a vote went to Brooke,
Yeah.
and then a vote went to Rich, and then another vote went to Rich, and then another vote went to Rich, and yeah, unfortunately, the 13th person voted out of Survivor Australia is Rich.
Boo.
Now, I was like, oh no, I did not. I was so prepared for a Blanche
Yeah. Me
and then
too.
a Ben,
Me too. Uh,
and then I was like, okay, Blanche or Ben is about to go. This is about to get real gross for me. And then when he said Rich, I was like, is this gonna stick? Oh, it's stuck. Oh, I hate it burns me to do that. I hate to do that to you, Rich. I'm so sorry. Well, Rich is our 13th person voted out of this tribe, and I I left just as confused as I was before.
yeah. 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 Um. Wow.
I was confused, but I enjoyed every second of it. I the gameplay of it all just grabbed me, and I was like, "Ooh, this is what I love about Survivor. I
Yeah.
love good gameplay. I love people who find their backs against the wall and do whatever they can to get out of it, and it's successful.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's cool to see people like, well, I tried and it didn't work. Oh well. I hate when it's I didn't the people who don't even try. They just let it happen and they just go. But I love seeing people who try and they successfully flip it off of them into somebody else, and they get to sit there like,
Mm.
I did that. I eat that up every time. I eat that up
Yeah.
every time. Like, feed me more of that.
Yeah. And I was getting into that feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
But then Mark finds a way to piss me off again. He can't just let it be. He has to rub it into Richard's face with the, "Are you sure you're gonna be there next week?" And like, it's just like it's the same thing like with the Brick Brother example. Why can't people just do the move? Someone is going home. That's another bad thing for them. Just let it be like that. And like, that's like a
And
personal trigger or something for me.
I guess that is a trigger. Re is triggered by people gloating on the way out. So just
Yeah.
know that
Yeah.
Re does not like that. Let's get into our
Yeah.
draft update really quickly. Unfortunately, we said it. We said it was gonna happen for us, and one of us was gonna go down, and unfortunately, it was
Mm,
you with Rich.
yeah.
but you're still better than the other three. So you're still doing better than the other three. But I'm scared for Blanche since they were ready to come for her so
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, me too. And like,
Now I'm scared for Ben too.
yeah, Ben, Blanche, Cam. I can see him at some point
Yep.
be an easy consensus boot.
Mm-hmm.
I can even see it flip back on Simon because they went out of their way to bring in Simon, let him know, give him the information, and he stuck with the other people.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that potentially go wrong.
Yep. I'm not very excited about everything now. Like I said, I feel like the domino effect is gonna happen for
Yeah.
me in this draft. And I'm just like waiting for it to happen. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah. I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope you
But
can hang on because I
well,
like your
look, I
draft.
want us to be in the final two, Ree. I want us to.
Yeah, me too.
I want a final two.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
we shall see what we shall see. Apparently, but
yeah. I think loss is fine.
yeah, I think she
She
might be okay
flipped
for a
enough.
minute.
Yeah.
I think people might swing her to the end just because they think she a
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah, maybe. Or like
But
yeah, they think she, because she was also like a swing vote, like maybe it becomes a bit like yeah, but okay, so what did you do?
right,
Yeah.
we shall see what happens with that. But on that note, we're gonna get out of here because we
Yeah.
got more stuff to do today, and the day is over, almost over for Ree, and half over for me. So
Yeah.
we still got a lot of stuff to do, but we'll be back here tomorrow because we got another episode to talk about. We will come back here. We'll talk about episode 15. I'm gonna go watch that soon because we got it. Thankfully, we can watch it now. So I'm gonna watch it soon. And we'll be back here tomorrow to talk about all of it. So come back if you want and check it out tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Let us know what you think about the show in the comments below. Let us know what you think about the recaps. Who you rooting for now? Like, we are down to, I'm guessing the jury starts next week. So
Yeah.
who we rooting for? um as far as we can start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So
Yeah.
let us know what you feel like is going to happen in this season. Follow us on this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, in our link tree, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Has been scrolling through this entire time, so go follow us over there as well. That's not my Instagram. I don't know why I just see that. Just put a underscore between J and 78 for my Instagram.
Okay.
It's in yeah. Just put an underscore. It's okay. You'll find me. Um, but yeah. And then,
Yeah.
of course, get your cup mug at Creations at Etsy.com. So get that QR code in the corner of your screen. And we are going to get out of here because we got lots of things to do. But you know what you could do? Stick around and watch more videos because we got plenty of videos for you to watch. And on that note, we say thanks for watching and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.